he picked the wrong family, and not scared of a conflict, and we're not scared. We're not running. We're coming at him.
Hey guys, it's Franky. Welcome to the Think Tank. So today's video, I want to talk about Lori Vallow and the debate as to whether or not she's gone from a great mom to a monster, or really has she been a monster the entire time? I want to go through her timeline and see if we can kind of get some idea of what the hell was going on. How on God's green earth were they able to do this? And how were they all able to do this with seemingly no conscience? So I have found like a pretty good article as far as a timeline. Let me see here. I want to check it out. So yeah, here we are. This comes from the Sandhills Express, and they are in the description. So let's check it out, friends. So Tylee and JJ, and they're basically telling us here that she's now considered like a monster, go figure, cult mom, doomsday mom, many titles, but perfect mom is not what is coming out at all. So it's talking here about Lori and Chad Daybell, who are charged with the deaths of JJ, who was 7, and Tylee, who was 16, who, if we remember, disappeared in September of 2019. So they're both faced with charges as far as this goes, and they're also charged with the mysterious deaths of both of their former spouses. A lot of people will say they're exes. I don't look at it that way due to the fact that they literally passed away. They're not exes. They were both married to these people. So back in 2006, Charles and Lori Vallow got married. And from everything we've heard, they had a really good marriage until the end. So there's Kay Woodcock, and she is Charles' sister. So her and her husband were raising JJ for one of Charles's brothers. JJ was special needs. And a little bit, I think, as far as raising full time, they thought that maybe Lori and Charles would be a better fit, being that they were younger. They had kids that could be, there was a lot of things that looked like it was probably the best decision to allow Lori and Charles to watch after JJ. So in 2014, it says, Tylee Ryan, Instagram, Lori and Charles Vallow, as we were just talking about, actually, JJ Vallow, who is the grandson of Charles's sister. JJ had autism. April Raymond, who was a friend of Lori's, said Lori was a patient and the ideal mother for him. So a big difference from what we consider Lori to be at this point. So I can't say her full name, and I probably can't say her first name. Veisa? I say, okay, I'm totally butchering that. So she met the Vallows when they lived in Arizona. She said that Tylee totally loved her role as a big sister, and we have heard that many times. She even jokingly referred to JJ as her own child, and we've seen that in the behavior. Look at that. He was very well loved. So this is 2017, and that's when everybody's saying that Lori's relationship with the kids started to change. Her friends said that she was reading books about doomsday from the author Chad Daybell. Go figure. Author. That's not what I put in my brain when I think of Chad Daybell either. But he did write several fiction books about preparing for the end of the world. And him and his wife, Tammy, lived in, well, looks like outside of Rexburg, Idaho. So 2018, Lori meets Chad. And oh, we all know what a lovely pair they were. Sometime in 2018, Lori met Chad. Lori's friend says that there was a connection between the two of them right away, and they began doing religious podcasts together. So as I was just saying, he was also married to Tammy Daybell. They were raising 5 kids. Wow. So Melanie Gibb, if you look in the playlist, we go through who Melanie Gibb is, but let's say she is a friend of Lori's and then Chad's at the time, and seen many, many, many things that she was very uncomfortable about. So hopefully this gets into her a little bit. If not, we'll, like I say, if they don't hear, look back in the playlist. That's probably our best bet. So Melanie Gibb later said she heard Chad Daybell and Lori talking about zombies. People whose souls were replaced by dark spirits. So April Raymond, another former friend, told 48 Hours that Lori started referring to her husband, Charles Vallow, as a demon. Now, right here, there's a video with this in it. I think I do show it as well in that playlist. Maybe I'll be able to do it at some point later as well, as this trial is progressing pretty fast. So it's in this snapshot here. It was a video taken by a police body cam, and he was telling them basically what was going on with Lori. He was worried about the kids and basically said she was becoming unhinged. And let's see here, 2019, Charles Vallow became very worried about Lori, and he went to the police with his concern, told them Lori believed she was a god preparing for the end of days, and that she had threatened to unalive him. If only they had listened, right? February 2019, Charles Vallow filed for divorce from Lori. In court documents, Charles expressed that he feared for his children's safety. This next area we're going to touch on. So this picture here is of Alex Cox, which is or was, there's a lot of wases when it comes to Chad and Lori Daybell. So Alex was her brother. So Charles Vallow went to the house where Lori was living with the children in Chandler, Arizona. Charles was supposed to drop off JJ, take him to school. But when he went inside the home, he was literally shot by Alex Cox. They told police that Lori and Charles got into a fight. Alex claimed he was protecting his sister and shot Charles in self-defense. Lori and Tylee, who both say they heard a shooting, told similar stories of self-defense. So again, we have to refer back because this is just like little snapshots into this case. So yeah, there's a lot to that. So in September 2019, Lori moved closer to Chad Daybell and did take the kids to Rexburg, Idaho. Lori's brother, Alex Cox, also moved to the same apartment complex. Strange relationship between those two birds. Lori Vallow, Tylee, JJ, and Alex Cox went to Yellowstone National Park, and this is where this picture is here. And the police are saying this is the last known photo of Tylee before she just loved her brother and loved her uncle. So this is the point that Melanie Gibb said that Lori started referring to Tylee as a zombie. September 9th, 2019, the morning after Tylee disappeared, investigators say that Alex Cox's cell phone GPS put him at Chad Daybell's backyard on a property for about 2 hours. About 14 minutes after Cox's GPS showed him leaving the property, Chad Daybell texted his wife, Tammy Daybell, and the text said, "I spotted a big raccoon running along the fence. I hurried, got my gun, and he was still walking along the fence. I got close enough that one shot did the trick. He is now in our pet cemetery." This is allegedly the last picture of JJ, and they do believe this possibly was taken the night he passed away because he is in his red pajamas. So the police say JJ Vallow was last seen September 22nd, 2019. And yeah, a photo of JJ wearing red pajamas taken on September 22nd is what is believed to be the last known photo of the 7-year-old. I mean, heartbreaking. So once again, Melanie Gibb had something to say on this. Something. She says that she and her boyfriend, David Warwick, were staying with Lori in Rexburg that weekend. On the night of September 22nd, Warwick says he saw Alex Cox carry JJ into Lori's apartment, but the next morning, according to Warwick, when he asked to see JJ, Lori reportedly told him that JJ was being a zombie and that Cox had to take him away. What the hell? September 23rd, 2019, the day after JJ was last seen, investigators said that once again, Alex Cox's phone showed that he was back at Chad Daybell's backyard, this time for only about 17 minutes. October 19th, 2019, Lori Vallow's children whereabouts were unknown. And then, with Chad, his wife, Tammy Daybell, passed away. So there is a recording of this call on the last video that I did. So Garth Daybell got a hold of 911 and said that his mom had passed away. The Daybell children told 48 Hours that they declined an autopsy, and the coroner told them that Tammy's death appeared to be natural causes. And they're saying that was basically because they're saying that she was not up to her regular self just before she passed away. Oh, they're driving around with the hot cars. The deer are scattering. It's tourist season. It's started. So I'm just, sorry, where am I getting this December from? No, November 26th. The Rexburg police went to Lori's house looking for JJ. Police said that she lied to them and said that JJ was safe and staying in Arizona with her friend Melanie Gibb. So at first, Gibb was not forthcoming about JJ's whereabouts, but later police called them and told them that JJ hadn't been with her. And again, there is recordings of some of these calls. And what the hell was Lori thinking? So while Rexburg police attempted to locate JJ, investigators soon realized that Tylee Ryan was also missing. And that's when they launched a nationwide search. Then in November, Fremont County Sheriff investigators were getting suspicious about Tammy Daybell's death by this point. So they exhumed her body. They did an autopsy. And it was the same month that Lori's brother, Alex Cox, died in Arizona. Again, they're saying natural causes. Well, let's see. January 25th, 2020, authorities served Lori Vallow Daybell an order to require her to produce the children. Let's see here. After failing to comply, Lori was arrested in Hawaii. 2 weeks after that, she was extradited back to Idaho. June 9th, 2020. Again, there is a recording. The FBI, Rexburg PD, and the Fremont County Sheriff's Office descended upon what's going on with Chad Daybell's home and property in search of the missing children. Even after her arrest, the couple refused to say where the children were. But on June 9th, 2020, the FBI, Rexburg Police, and Fremont County Sheriff's Office did go to Chad Daybell's property. They dug in areas of the backyard where it seemed that Alex Cox, his cell phone, was pinging back in September. Sadly, they did uncover remains, 2 sets in separate shallow graves. JJ was under a tree about 50 yards away. And get this one, Tylee was found in the pet cemetery. The prosecutors believe she was buried in the same location that Chad Daybell told his wife, Tammy, 9 months earlier that he was burying that raccoon that he had shot. So when they were digging, looking for the kids, they were also looking for that raccoon. But there was not a raccoon anywhere in that pet cemetery. Chad Daybell was arrested. He tried to, it's funny because as soon as he knew he was kind of in trouble there, he tried to make the great escape from his property with like FBI and all these cops and what have you. He attempted to leave. So yeah, that was kind of a no-no by this point. And yeah, they arrested his sorry ass. So this was in June 2020, that the remains of both JJ and Tylee were confirmed. There was a memorial built along the Daybell's fence to honor the kids. So in May 2021, Chad Daybell and Lori Vallow Daybell were charged with first degree for the deaths of JJ and Tylee. She was also charged with, we're talking about him. He was also charged with the death of his first wife, Tammy Daybell, where basically the autopsy said that she was asphyxiated. So he, go figure, in June, pled not guilty to all of the charges. Big surprise there. They're just such brave god and goddesses. It amazes me. Lori Vallow was also charged with conspiring in the death of her husband, Charles Vallow. Good job. And it was the same month a judge ruled Lori incompetent to stand trial while she received mental health treatments. So August 2021, we know where we're at right now, do we not? We know what's going on. So let's see what they have to say here. August 2021. Yeah, Chad's sorry little ass is sitting in jail still awaiting his trial. And his kids have spoken out publicly. For the first time, they told 48 Hours they believe that their father is innocent. This is 2021. Lots has come out since then. April 11th, 2022, Lori was determined that she was fit to stand trial. So her judge, Stephen Boyce, said that she is now mentally competent to stand trial in the case, but he did not provide any other details about her treatment or condition. So April 19th, 2022, Lori Vallow refused to enter a plea and of the unaliving and other charges, prompting Judge Stephen Boyce to enter a guilty plea on her behalf. Vallow Daybell and her husband Chad were both at the courthouse in eastern Idaho township of St. Anthony for the court proceedings. She was arraigned, and that was delayed for months while she underwent treatment in the facility. And Chad Daybell has been set for hearing over the trial venue. So May 4th, 2022, Lori Vallow will qualify for if she is convicted of the trial. Okay, that's what they were saying at the time, not now, saying that they were looking at capital punishment if she was convicted. April 16th, 2022, Lori Vallow Daybell, the attorney, for Lori Vallow Daybell, asked the judge to send the case back to the grand jury because they say that the conspiracy charges are oddly constructed and could confuse the jury. Lori and her husband Chad have both pled not guilty, conspiracy and grand theft charges in connection with the deaths of both Tylee and JJ. September 23rd, 2022, 7th District Judge Stephen Boyce has banned cameras from the courtroom and saying that he fears that images could prevent a fair trial. January 7th, 2023, Judge Stephen Boyce rejected a request from Lori Vallow Daybell's attorney that she and her husband will be allowed to meet in person on the phone to discuss strategies. He gave that a big stamp of no. So we do know a request from the attorneys were both wanting to take capital punishment off the table, and it worked out for Lori Daybell, but not so much for Chad. So let's see, in March of 2023, this is when Judge Boyce granted the motion that Chad Daybell's attorneys sever the trials, meaning separate trials will be held. And Chad's trial has yet to be set. So March 21st, 2023, this is when they took DP off of the charges for Lori Vallow. It is not open as an option. Life imprisonment, but no death penalty, but that is still an option for Chad. Attorneys on April 3rd, 2023 began looking for jurors. And yeah, that was quite the process, requiring each of them to complete a 20-page questionnaire. And prosecutors went through that. And then after reviewing the questionnaires, they began questioning what is wrong with my speaking? The jury pool members. And they did get it down, as we know. April 10th, the trial got underway. So the prosecution and defense in the trial made their opening arguments. April 10th, 2023. So the prosecutor, Lindsay Blake, and Vallow Daybell, and her husband, Chad that guy, used their religious beliefs, including that evil spirits and cast people out and turn their bodies into zombies and possess Tylee and JJ to try and persuade those around them to not question their actions and even to justify the deaths. So as we know, this has been very, very, very interesting. The stuff that's come out, it sounds very much like who they have on that jury pool, the 12 that they selected, really did not know much about this case, if anything. And although the cameras are not allowed in the courthouse, we've been getting great updates, literally minute by minute by some of them. So let's see here. It's just, yeah. It was just, as far as I'm concerned, everything is coming out. These guys are getting quite shocked. And I don't know what you guys think, but it's what's going to happen here. It's like, what? I still read it, and it's still like, how do you read this and not like a what? And they're just basically saying that they were doing this to get rid of obstacles and gain money. So they both gave their opening arguments. We are now sitting at April 30th. We have heard a ton. So right here, jurors were shown graphic photos of the remains of J.J. Vallow, Tyler Ryan, as they were excavated from Chad Daybell's property, as well as photos taken during their autopsies. At one point, Lori Vallow, her defense attorneys, asked a judge if she could be excused, and he did not go for it. So what they did is they brought her back, and she napped most of the afternoons. I don't know if they gave that woman something, but it was interesting to see. So some of this here, I'm not going to play it right now, but I might in a future video. This is basically the testimony of one of the people that were literally there when they were finding the kids' remains. So we'll either go through it or I will put it in one of the descriptions when I figure that out. So you know what, guys? What do you guys think of this mess of a human? Like, what the hell? Mess of humans. They have devastated so many people. The ripple effect has been immense. There are so many people that wouldn't even have known these families, and they're sitting in the jury box getting traumatized. It's just sad all the way around. So you know what, friends, let me know what you guys think down below. Thanks for being here for the update. I totally do appreciate you, as you know. Don't forget to hit that subscribe, like, or don't like, share, and don't forget to hit that notifications bell, because I literally stream or do videos at the most random of times. Okay, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.